तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय
Krishna, Hare Hare. I need free flows. At least Rama, Hare Rama. Can I say about using those mini phones? Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ladies में कोई करेगा ladies को translate. One of you can translate for the ladies. Harivalabh is doing it. Srila ji, please. Thank you.
First of all, I'm offering my unlimited satsang Dhanavad pranams to my Guru Padma Srila, Jalila Prishtam Vishnu Padastata Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and to my Guru at the lotus feet of Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, which bestow fearlessness. I'm offering my unlimited satsang Dhanavad pranam intended to Lila Pravishta, Stota Sata Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shira Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all the Vaishnavas who are present, and the very affectionate motherly persons, and all the newcomers, I'm offering my Dandavad Pranams as per their qualification. Today, on this great day that we are gathered here, it's a very important day because today you have made two things. One is this joyous Sunday program, and simultaneously today we are also celebrating Father's Day. Everyone's also celebrating this very nice. One other very important occurrence so one other thing is Sushil Prabhu and Bimala Mata's Vaishnav son, Sachin Prabhu. Sachin Prabhu and Sachin and his wife Haripriya, their daughter. So we're here also so that she may get the blessings of all the Vaishnavas, and we're celebrating this festival. So everybody clap. So in scriptures,
हो सकता है आप उपस्थित हो नहीं पा रहे किसी कारण से आप उपस्थित हो नहीं पा रहे, बजा नहीं पा रहे, किंतु उन्मोदित करने से भगवान कहते हैं। So even if we can't fully celebrate something, just by
mentioning it, then Bhagavan is also pleased. So, Shubhamscha Shigramscha, that's all those auspicious things, we should do them very quickly. We should not delay.
आप बताओ कोई गारंटी है
Is there any
कि
guarantee
आप काल तक रहेंगे?
that you will remain tomorrow?
क्या बताया बताओ?
But
परीक्षित महाराज प्रसन्न हो गए थे।
Pariksit Maharaj, he became very pleased
ये 7 दिन के बाद
that after 7 days,
मुझे काटेगा।
the snake will immediately bite me and I will leave my body.
महाराज प्रसन्न हुए।
Pariksit Maharaj became very pleased
7 दिन तक मैं
because
जीवित रहूंगा।
until 7 days I will remain alive.
व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा।
So my time won't go in waste.
इसलिए परीक्षित महाराज
Yeah, okay.
गारंटी लेकर बैठ गए थे।
I'm
ये
just.
7 दिन तक मैं
So he got this guarantee that for 7 days I will remain alive. Who else can
भरोसा व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा।
have that assurance?
तो किंतु देखो हम लोग की किसी के पास गारंटी है?
However, do any of us have such a guarantee? No, we do not.
हमने बहुत देखा।
We've seen so much. We've spoken so much. Just speaking, we leave our bodies.
नवदीप परिक्रमा भी देखा।
In Navadvip Parikrama,
मंडल परिक्रमा भी
we also saw people
कथा चल रही है।
leave their bodies. Katha is going on at Mansarovar.
और वो व्यक्ति बैठे हुए थे, कथा भी सुन रहे थे।
And someone's sitting there, listening Katha even.
ऐसे हिल के बस
And just moving his body a little bit. And then in 1 second, he left his body.
देखते थे सभी के सामने।
And, in front of everybody. Just left.
इसलिए कहते हैं ये शरीर कैसे है?
Therefore I said, how is this body?
तत्रापि दुर्लभं मन्ये वैकुण्ठप्रियः।
It's destructible at every second.
दुर्लभो मानुषोदे दैनां कनभङ्गुर। तत्रापि दुर्लभं मन्ये वैकुण्ठप्रियदर्शनम्। श्रीमद् भागवत में सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद
So in Srimad Bhagavat, Shukadeva Goswami Pad is saying, hey Maharaj, listen.
इस संसार में दुर्लभ वस्तु
In this material world, what is the rare thing? What is that?
मनुष्य शरीर दुर्लभ है।
This human body is very rare.
क्योंकि
Because
84 लाख भ्रमण के पश्चात 84 लाख
after moving through this 8.4 million species of life, Bhagavan mercifully has given this human body. It's not just by chance that you got it.
आस्तिक हो अथवा नास्तिक हो
Whether you're religious or irreligious,
है।
that's not a matter of
आज ये विषय क्या है?
our consideration.
ये 84
Matter of consideration is 8.4 million species of life.
जन्म ऐसे मिलने के बाद फिर
After spending all of those births,
इसमें स्टेटमेंट भी दिया गया।
we got birth as a human. Padma Puran also states,
30 लक्षानि पशु चतुर्लक्षानि
Chaturlakshani.
चिन्ह चतुर्लक्षानि मानव।
So it's saying that the numbers of different species.
पूरा स्टेटमेंट
Yeah.
जलजाल लक्षानि जल के कीड़े मकोड़े को करके
So it's saying
9 लाख
from the aquatics of 900,000
जलजाल
births in aquatics, different aquatic species. There's Stavaram.
20 लाख हैं 20,000
Yes, so 2 million.
ऐसे हम लोग बिताए।
2 million births have passed in this stavar. That means the stationary like plants and trees.
कृपया रुद्र शंख को कीड़ा होते हैं ना
And then Kira, this insects,
छोटे छोटे कीड़े
and the births of different insect species.
करके 11 लाख
We've spent
जन्म
1.1 million
कृपया
births.
30 लक्षानि पशु 30 लाख
And then,
300,000
so 3 million births have gone in. What did he say? Pakshi?
10 लाख जो है
Was before
पक्षी
Pakshi?
होकर के
I missed that one, yeah.
बस
Anyway, but after that, in birth, so many. Maybe that one was birds.
ऐसे ऐसे आस्था चले
Yeah,
गए
birds, that many million of births in
400,000 मानव जन्म मिला
went in bird species, then that so many more in animal species, and then 4 million in human species, or 400,000, yeah. 400,000 in human species.
मनुष्य का पशु जैसे हम जीवन बिताए केवल आहार निद्रा वैमैथुनञ्च शमन् एतत् पशुभिनराम् धर्म हि तेषाम् अधिक विशेष धर्मेण हीना पशुभिः समान। है तो मनुष्य शरीर।
So it is a human body, but what type of work have we done? We've engaged it in these 4 activities: ahar, in eating; nidra, in sleeping; and in nourishing our children, our dependents. That is by fear and maitun. So, and nothing else. So, one day then death is coming. This artificial snake, if you put one of those fake snakes there, then everyone will run here and there. They'll think, it shouldn't bite me. So is death near everybody or is it not? People fear from this death. So what is the difference between a human and an animal? What is the difference? Dharma. Dharma meaning like religion, Bhagavat bhajan. Bhagavat bhajan. So if we have not performed Bhagavat bhajan, then everything is useless, is wasted. So it said this. So what did God see when He created everything? So the birds and the beasts will not perform bhajan and come to Bhagavan. But Bhagavan created the human species. That Shastra gives the evidence. Only by this human body we are able to perform Bhagavat bhajan, and by Bhagavat bhajan we are able to attain Bhagavan. Therefore, even in this human species, we go through 400,000 births. And not in doing bhajan, not in doing sadhusanga. But Bhagavan mercifully, in this birth, somehow or another, He put us in this satsanga. He also had us meet a sadguru, a bona fide guru. Everything He gave favorable for Bhagavat bhajan. So this greatly merciful, compassionate nature of Bhagavan So the scriptures have said that Bhagavan, you are my mother, father, you are my everything. You are my friend. You are my best friend. Who is a friend in this material world? Except for Bhagavan, is there any friend in this world? Everyone, one by one, they are leaving and going on their way. In the end, no one will remain with us. Consider this. Reflect upon this. Hey Dev, hey Bhagavan, you are my everything. Whatever you do. So whatever we've come into this world with, that will go with us when we leave this world. What have we come with? We've come with Bhagavan. You are not alone. Who is with you? Bhagavan. Ram tere saath hai. So you are not alone. Ram Bhagavan, he is with you.
बिल्कुल अपनी छाया के भांति हैं?
Completely by your own desire.
अपनी छाया के भांति
Oh, sorry.
आपके साथ ही साथ
Yeah, yeah, completely like like a shadow of your own body. He is moving with you.
आप माने ना माने सत्संग के लिए आप आए ना, ये बात
So whether
सच
you
है।
accept it or not, you have come for
वो
sadhu
आपके
sangha.
साथ है।
And it's true that he is with you.
इस संसार में जो कुछ भी देख रहे हैं, एक एक करके सब कहाँ चले जाए।
So everything you're seeing in this material world, one by one, where is it going?
वो अकेला नहीं प्यारे,
Going
आप
away.
अकेला भी नहीं है।
So you are not
जो आपके
alone.
साथ में आए हैं,
That person who is with you, who came with you, he will go with you also.
ऐसे परब्रह्म भगवान का तुम स्मरण करो।
If you remember this Parabrahma, this transcendent Bhagavan, he is with you.
इसलिए बहुत सुंदर की बात हम इसलिए कह रहे हैं।
Therefore, it's a very wonderful thing
हम भगवान के भजन करें।
that we're saying that we may perform bhajan of Bhagavan. Those who do all of the rituals for the forefathers. In actuality, they do them for Parabrahma Bhagavan. Those who respect their parents in this world, it's actually been told to respect them. Because from where have we got this body? We've got it from our mother and father. If our mother and father were not merciful, then we would not get this body. And if we do not have this body, then how can we perform bhajan? Tell. Therefore, in the scriptures it has been said that first of all, who is our guru? Matri Deva Bhavam. First, the mother is the first. Then second, the father, the Acharya. First, who is our guru, first of all? But that guru who is directly physically present with us, we don't respect him. Who is that guru? Matri Deva Bhava. The mother is the first guru. My mother is my first guru, who carried me in her womb for 9 months or however long it is. She carries the child in the womb. How much trouble she accepts in nurturing me. Therefore, we were taught to hold the finger of the mother and move with her. In all manners, we were taught by her. Therefore, in the scriptures it said, the first guru is the mother. The second guru is called Pitri Deva Bhava, the father. So who is the second guru? He is the father, Pitaji, who mercifully established me in the womb of the mother. And after the birth, the father accepted so much trouble in nurturing me, in maintaining me. Therefore, the father is present as second guru. Saying Pita Sarga. What does Pita mean? Pita means the root of Swarga. Swarga. So Pita is the Dharma itself comes in the form of the father. So where are we to take instruction from? From the Ramayana. First come to the Ramayana. I would just tell a very short katha of Ravan. So Ramacandra, what type of mood did he maintain towards his father? It's completely unprecedented. When Kahiye demanded two boons from Dasharatha Maharaj, she said that Bharat will become the king of Ayodhya and that Ram should... And what was this, the second? Yeah. And for 14 years, Ramacandra will reside in the forest. So just hearing this, Ramacandra became pleased. he became pleased.
विरोध नहीं किया।
He did not go against this.
हम होते तो ऐसे तो कहते हैं, पिताजी मेरे कसूर क्या था, मुझे वन में क्यों भेज दिया?
We're saying, Pitaji, this is all my inheritance. Why are you sending me to the
हमने
forest?
कौन सा अपराध किया?
We would say, oh, what offense did I do? You're sending me in the forest.
है? पिताजी मेरे कसूर क्या था? मैंने ये मुझे आप जंगल वन में भेज दिया।
Pitaji, what did I do wrong? Why are you sending me to the forest?
किंतु देखो भगवान रामचंद्र एक शब्द भी नहीं बोले।
But see, Ramachandra, he did not speak one word.
जिस प्रकार उदाहरण देते हैं, जिस प्रकार छोटे बच्चे के ना नया कपड़ा देने से साथ साथ क्या करते हैं? छोटे बच्चे
In the manner that a small child, if you give a small 3-4-year-old child some cloth,
वस्त्र जो पहनी हुई ना, वो सबके सामने खोल देते हैं।
that old cloth that he's wearing, he will take it off in front of everyone. He'll put on the new cloth.
भगवान ने तो हाथ दिया ना, हमसे उन्होंने
3 to 4 years.
आगे देना मत बोलो, भाई कैसे? वास्तव में सत्य है।
So this is true.
भगवान रामचंद्र उसी प्रकार प्रसन्न हो गए।
In this manner, Ramachandra Bhagavan became pleased.
पालन के लिए मैं वन में जाऊं।
In order to follow the order of my father, I am going to the forest. He did not say one thing against that. As we gave this example of the small child, in order to wear this new cloth, he immediately takes off his old clothes in front of everyone. Bhagavan Ramachandra.
मंथरा के दिए हुए, आप लोग
This
जानते हैं ना? मंथरा के दिए हुए वो जटाजूट वेश धारण करके पास
he just accepted this as a mantra, took it on his chest, and
रामायण में है।
went forward to follow that.
इस कथा को सुनते ही
Lakshman,
लक्ष्मण
hearing as soon as Lakshman heard this,
और अपने पिताजी के लिए थोड़ी सी एक शब्द भी बता दिया।
he became like disturbed, and then he even said a little
मेरे ऐसे पिता
one thing to his father. My father, like so great, a brother like Ram, and going to the forest.
रामचंद्र ने क्या कहा?
Then what did Ramachandra say? He said, Lakshman, listen.
मेरे पिताजी के बारे में थोड़ी सी और आगे एक शब्द कहा दिया तो तुमको मैंने
He's saying, if you say even one thing against my father, then I will renounce you.
पिताजी इसमें कोई दोष नहीं है, ना कहीं की कोई दोष है।
So there's no fault in the father, there's no fault in Kaikeyi.
रामचंद्र कैसे पितृभक्त,
How Ramachandra had bhakti toward his father. Is there anyone in this material world today?
दूसरे के काम किया तो दोनों भाई
If you give one brother more money, one brother less money, then
मार डालते।
the two brothers will fight and they may even kill the father.
आप बताओ,
So tell.
रामचंद्र ने कहा लक्ष्मण
Ramachandra said, Lakshman,
मेरे पिता के बारे में
concerning my father,
आगे एक शब्द कहा दिया
if you say one word
आगे लिए
against,
में जरूरत नहीं।
then I will renounce you as my brother. I don't need a brother like that.
रामचंद्र के चरण पकड़े।
Lakshman caught the feet of Ramachandra and said, no.
सुंदर कथा है, मैं तो समझता
No,
हूँ
yeah.
पिताजी पर में रामायण
So,
में लिखा है।
a very beautiful katha in this Ramayana.
और रामचंद्र कभी कैकेयी के लिए भी
In Ramachandra,
कुछ भी नहीं।
he never said anything about Kaikeyi.
दशरथ महाराज प्रतिज्ञाबद्ध थे।
Dashrath Maharaj was bound by this promise. He had said, Kaikeyi, whatever is your desire, demand two things. Whatever is your desire, these two boons you may have. Pran jai, vachna na jai. So saying that their life may go, but they will always keep their word. This Raghu dynasty of Ramachandra. So Ramachandra himself was explaining to Lakshman. He said, Lakshman, listen, my father has no fault. Nor does Kaikeyi. She also has no fault. He asked her to, he told her to ask a boon, and she told the boon. No fault in there. And the father, he is bound to fulfill that boon. So he did that. No fault therein. So, saying the pran may go, but their life air may go, but their word that verse is saying their life heirs may go, but they will never go back on their word.
मैंने एक बार बहुत साल पहले में रामायण किया था ना, शुरू में 9 दिन तक रामायण किया था।
7 दिन के लिए रामायण कथा।
Oh, so before Maharaj had done like 2, then he said 7 days Ram Katha at some mandir. Maybe that was a long time ago.
हम इसलिए कह रहे हैं आज जो मदर्स डे बता रहे वास्तव पिताजी के प्रति हम ऐसे अटूट श्रद्धा रखना चाहिए जिन्होंने कृपा करके मुझे इससे
So we should keep so much faith towards our Father who mercifully gave us this body. If our Father is not there, then just becoming like an insect, where do we go? If we don't have a mother, then who will nurture us? Who will? Therefore, in the scriptures it says. So today, whether you accept or not, Father's Day, it's a very pure day. How much has been told about the mother in the scriptures? 7 types of mothers have been told. 7 types of mother. I'll give some evidence from the scriptures. So this is the evidence of scriptures. One is the one who gives you birth. This is Atma Mata, Guru Patni. The wife of Guru, this is also one mother. Brahmani, the wife of a Brahman, she is also a mother. The wife of the king, she is also. You should also see her in the form of your mother. He's saying it's written there on the British passport that the queen is written there. So the wife of the king. And Dhenu. Dhenu means cow. Cow is also the form of the mother. She gives milk. So this cow is also the form of a mother. We should see her as a mother. So we should not kill her. By no means. Nowadays people are eating the meat of the cow. We don't need to do that. And Dhatri means nurse. Or the maidservant. The maidservant of the mother, the caretaker, who cares for us along with the mother. And then Prithvi Devi, the earth, she is also one mother. She is the mother of Sita Devi. So Sita Devi addressed the earth as Hey Ma, Hey O Mother. The evidence is there in the scriptures. So the earth is also the form of the mother. So the scriptures have told about 7 types of mothers. And fathers are of how many types? Of 5 types. So hear that. These 5 types of fathers we also have. In Brahma Vaivarta Puran, it's also been written. It's written in the Brahma Vaivarta Puran. Someone who gives me food. Annadatta. He is also the form of a father. Who protected me. He is also the father. The father of the woman who you marry. Yeah. But just, yeah. The father of your wife is also the father. And that person who gave me birth, he is the father. And that Brahman who gave me the sacred thread. And then Guru, like Guru also, is also giving that. Therefore in scriptures it is also said 5 types of father and 7 types of mother. But in truth, who are the original mother and father? Swayam Bhagavan, Bhagavan himself. This Bhagavan is the transcendental father. He is the true father. Therefore scriptures say that in order to pay the debt from one mother and father who have given you birth, you have to take 7 births. And then if you take another 1 birth, you'll have the debt of 7 more births it'll take to pay off that debt. So therefore the scriptures say only Bhagavan himself, only by offering yourself to the lotus feet of Mukunda, you will become liberated from all these types of debt. The debt to the demigods, the debt to the mother, to the father, to the other living entities, to the king, however many types of debt there are, the remedy to remove all of this debt is taking shelter of Mukunda. And if you have not performed Hari Bhajan, then you have to come again and again, birth after birth, in order to pay off this debt. So I tell you one brief story, a true story. So we read this in India. It's a true story. 2 friends are going together. They're wandering together from one place to another. And both of them each have 5 rupees. Both of them have 5 rupees. So these 2 friends are going somewhere. And both of them, they arrive somewhere. And both of them put together their money, 10 rupees, and they bought a lottery. And by Bhagavan's desire, such happened. They won 100,000 rupees. How much did they win? 100,000. So just like that. So they split it 50-50. And evening time came. They both stopped in a hotel. They both had 50,000 rupees. Each friend had 50,000 rupees. So one friend began to think, so we've come to a different place, a place away from our home. If I just kill this friend, then I'll take his 50,000 rupees and I'll have 100,000. So this wicked intelligence came in one of the friends. And then both the friends were living in this hotel room, in the same room. And one friend bought some milk from the market. He put some poison in that milk. He gave it to the other friend. The second friend, he drank all he drank all the milk, and as soon as he drank that, he died. And the other friend took the 50,000 rupees, and he went. So then in the morning time, food poisoning happened. They said food poisoning. So yeah, when the morning came, they said, the food poisoning happened. He's died. So they took the body to do the death samskars. And he took both the 50,000 rupees, the 100,000 rupees, and he went back to his village. And then the family of his friend, they're saying, where is my father gone? Where is my father? So then he gave 10,000 rupees to his friend's wife and kids. And then how much did remain with him? His 50,000 and his friend's 40,000. So now he still has 90,000 rupees. And then with that 90,000 rupees, he started a business.
ज़्यादा पैसा होता है, पता है? कौन सा पैसा है? क्या बोलते हैं? स्टॉक मार्केट है? एक सेकंड का पैसा डालो। मुझे तो पता नहीं है, मैं कोई जानता नहीं।
So he invested in the stock market. The price is just going up and down, up and down, up and down. Those who know, those who do it must know. So he was doing the stocks, and he became a millionaire. Nowadays, being a millionaire isn't such a rare thing, but he had 100 lakhs, means one. Is it? Anyways, 10 million. Yeah. 10 million rupees he had become a myth. So then he built such a huge store. He became such a rich, powerful man. So 10 years passed in this manner. 20 years passed in this manner. He became such a great crorepati, $10 million. He was having more than that. So people were thinking, how did he become so successful so quickly? He was just a simple village person, and then he became like such a rich, powerful businessman. And how is the game of Bhagavan? That so in scriptures it said that until the pot. One second. So not until the pot is completely filled with pop, then it'll automatically break. When it's completely filled with the sins, the pop, then it will automatically break. So he had become such a great, successful businessman. So his son had become young, 23 years, and in order to get his son married, he did very grand arrangements. Great decoration, great venue, all this. Okay. So yeah, the engagement took place. So 2 days were remaining before the wedding, and his son began to have so much pain in his stomach. He had so much pain in his stomach. He showed the doctor. The doctor said, "Oh, it's nothing." He showed to all the great doctors in India, because he's such a rich person. He can do that. The doctor's saying, "Oh, I don't see anything." So then he went to Dubai. Dubai is having some of the greatest hospitals. So any type of disease can be cured there. So he stayed 10 days. The doctor said, "We don't see anything." But he's still having this tough pain in his stomach. And his body's becoming so frail and weak, just bones, skin and bones. And then the doctor said, "Okay, you take him back to your country, back to India. There's nothing else for him." So the doctor gave him an answer. And this is a true story. This is not just mythology, whatever. So then this person he spent all the money from this business on his son. He didn't keep even one paisa. He spent all the money on his son. Some of the greatest doctors, no matter where they were, they went to.
डॉक्टर ने जवाब दे दिया
But the doctor gave the answer that
नहीं बोलेगा
he will not get better.
पर लेकर के मेरे पर एक दास संस्कार करने में कुछ करना
You should go back to your country so that you can do all of the samskars for the son,
लेने वाला
the death samskars.
वो दुबई से इंडिया लाने वाला था
So they were going from there to India. And that night,
बेटा लेटे हुए हैं
the son was lying,
और उसके पिताजी
and the father
पैर उनके पैर की तरफ बैठ करके चिंतन कर
was sitting at his side and thinking, what type of activity did I do?
मेरे बेटा के लिए मैंने सारे पैसे को मैं
I spent all my money for my son, and my son is not getting better.
वो तो भूल गया
What type of thing did I do? What activity did I do? He forgot. He forgot that he had killed his friend and took that 50,000 rupees to start his business ventures.
वो केवल चिंतन कर रहे मैंने कौन सा
He's just thinking, like, what type of bad activity did I do?
सारी बिजनेस के पैसा जब मैं मैं
All this money from the business, I spent it all.
खाने तक भी पैसा नहीं
Not even 1 cent remained. What type of bad activity did I do? So he's sitting there thinking to himself.
इतने समय वो बेटा बोल गए
And
अरे वो गए
simultaneously, at that very time, the son stood up.
चिंतन कर रहे हैं
He said, Father, what are you thinking about?
बेटा तो ठीक हो गया ना पिताजी मैं ठीक हो
He
गया
said, oh son, you're better.
कहाँ जा रहे हो
I'm going.
बोले बेटा ठीक हो गया ना
So he said, you got better? He said, yeah.
सुनो क्या चिंतन
He said, Father, listen, what are you thinking about? What are you concerning yourself about? You had become
याद है
a millionaire.
आज से 25 साल पहले
He's saying, Father, do you remember it? 15 years before today,
आपने एक मित्र से
25. 25 years before
40,000 रुपया हड़प लिया था कि नहीं
today,
फीस दे करके मारा कि नहीं
you had got this 40 rupees from your friend. You had killed him.
वही मित्र हूँ। वरविंदा
And then he said, yes, son. And then the son said, I'm that friend.
जिनको आपने
The son says, I'm that friend
करके मारा था
whose
जिनकी
money you took, who you killed.
पैसा लूट लिया था
I stole
नहीं हुई
who you stole that money from me.
आपके बेटा होकर के माया
I'm that friend, and now I've come
सारे पैसे को मैं
as your son. And now I'm taking all your money and I'm going.
लेट गए
Then he sat back down and he left his body.
एक वो कहानी मात्र नहीं है
It's not just some story or some made up story.
कहाँ जाए आप एक घड़ा
So this clay pot, until it's not completely full with sin, it's not going to burst.
हम देख के बहुत बड़ी बात जानते नहीं है
So we're thinking we're just going for it, doing sin, just happy, but we're not thinking. So if we're earning money, we should do it in a righteous way, not by
दूसरे के धोखा दे कर
devious means, not by cheating others, not by giving others trouble.
किंतु जो आप दे दिया तो आपकी ब्याज समेत विथ इंटरेस्ट आप को लेकर के ही जाए आप माने अथवा नहीं माने ये सच है
So when you earn, you will have some interest, whether you accept it or not.
वो कहीं न कहीं आए
There'll be some side effect, some reaction to your reaction. If you make money by cheating people, you will get
इसलिए कर रहे
a bad thing.
थे यदि अज्ञान में अज्ञानी कुछ तो कर लेते हैं
So if someone in ignorance
ज्ञान नहीं है
does something, if someone has no knowledge and they do something,
कोई पाप कर रहे ये सारे पाप से
but he does some sin, so
how will free from all the sinful acts?
what is the remedy to be free from all sinful activities? Therefore, in the Srimad Bhagavat, it is said,
करके एकमात्र गोविंद के चरण में आश्रय ले लीजिए
leaving everything, take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda. Bhagavan says in the Gita, this is the words of the Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Renounce everything and only just come in my shelter. Bhagavan is saying, Arjun, listen to my words. Bhagavan is not speaking to Arjuna. He's telling to us, actually. Sarva Dharman, leaving everything aside, only come in my shelter. No matter how many sins you have done, knowingly or unknowingly, one type of sin is knowingly committing sin and one is unknowingly committing sin. So I will deliver you from all these types of sins. You just come into my shelter. So just come in my shelter. I give my word. The jiva, the living entity, is ignorant. He doesn't know. He performs sinful activities. So that person who you cannot give life, you are not eligible to kill him. It's like a great sin to kill another living entity. You have no qualification to kill any living entity. But knowingly or unknowingly, when we kill something, when we step on an insect, we collect some sin. Knowingly or unknowingly, we collect some sin. When we're breathing, like small living entities come into the body, whether we know or not. While you're breathing, there's so many kiri makari, these like different types of living entities in the air even. And we're eating. How many bacteria, etc. are there? So this is also a type of sin that's being accumulated. So when we're in the kitchen, how many small living entities are dying in that fire? Scriptures has described this one by one. Someone may say that I don't do karma. Who says that I don't do sin? Somewhere or other you're accumulating some sin. Knowingly, unknowingly. In order to maintain one's life, one jeev, one living entity is eating another jeev. He's eating another living entity. And he's maintaining his life in that way. Therefore, in scriptures it's saying that killing another living entity is a great sin. You do not need to do that. So somewhere or another, that type of sin is done. So what is the remedy to be freed from this type of sin? That's why it said that only come in the shelter of Bhagavan. This Mukunda, who can free you. Govinda, who can free you from all types of sin. Govinda, and his name is Mukunda. He will forgive you. He will liberate you from this. No Devi or Deva can give you liberation. You should respect all of the demigods. You should not disrespect any of the demigods. You should respect all of them. Some people say, I am a one-pointed Krishna devotee. This person's Kali's devotee, Shiva's devotee. Why should you respect them? This is an offense. All of the demigods are accepted as the servants of Bhagavan who carry out their task according to his order. Like the Vayu Devata, the wind god, Indra. All of the demigods. All the demigods are doing their work as per the order of Bhagavan. Like when there's the president and then there's his people who are under him, the ministers and such. So they are the servants of that kingdom. They're called the servants of the kingdom. They're all servants. And then that owner, it said that the owner of everyone is one. That owner is Krishna Bhagavan. And by the order of that owner, however many demigods there are, 33 crore. Turn Prabhu. 33? How? Oh, okay. 33 categories? Crore? Yeah, seems like it. Anyway. Yeah. So respecting everyone, one's seniors. In the same way it's said in the scriptures, knowing Hari to be the Ishvar, the supreme controller, you should respect all of his representatives as the demigods. So Bhagavan is saying, come in my shelter, become one-pointed. I will destroy all of your sins. Bhagavan says, that person who comes in my shelter, if their feet begin to slip, then what do? I catch him and I sit him in my lap like how a mother cleans a young child after he passes urine and stool. Cleaning him thoroughly, I sit him in my lap. So that's in that manner, Bhagavan is the form of the mother, of the father. Bhagavan, you are my mother, my father, my friend. As one friend gives proper instructions to another friend. Therefore, the Transcendental Father, the Supreme Controller, we should perform bhajan. And if not, we will be bound to come again and again in this cycle of birth and death. And these threefold miseries will afflict us. Therefore we humbly pray that everyone may do Bhagavan's bhajan, that everyone may take Sri Hari's name. And who do all the demigods perform bhajan of? Okay, so there was one of our our Guru Vargas named Govinda Das. He was a worshipper of Devi, and his life was about to end. He would say to Devi that you should give me liberation. And Devi said to him, look, we can give these three things: Dharma, Artha, and Kam. But who is the one who can give mukti, liberation? The liberation has been kept in the hand of Mukunda. I cannot give it. Son, I tell you honestly, if you want to be liberated from this material world, you should worship Govinda. And then he's writing, Bhaja Hure Mana, Shri Nanda Nandana, Bhaja Nara Mana, Shri Nanda Nandana, Abhay Charan, the fearless lotus feet, is only Govinda. By going towards those feet, all of your fear will go far away. Therefore, perform bhajan of Govinda. By taking the name of Govinda, performing bhajan of Govinda, everybody becomes pleased. Brahma is saying, Shiva is saying, All of the demigods, they are performing bhajan of Govinda. Brahma, with his 4 heads, is chanting Krishna Krishna. Shiva, with his 5 heads, is chanting Ram Ram Ram. Brahmaji has 4 heads. And whose name is Brahma chanting? He's chanting Krishna. And Shiva, with his 5 heads, what name is he chanting? He is chanting the name of Ram. How many heads does Shiva have? 5. Panchamukha. And he chants the name of Ram. So it's written that Ram Ram Satya hai. In India, when they're burning the body at the cremation grounds, they take this line, Ram Nam Satya hai, meaning like Ram Nam is truth. And then if you tell them after that, now chant Ram, then they say no, I won't. But Ram Nam Satya hai. So, they don't chant Ram Nam, but when they go to the cremation grounds and burn the body of someone who has died, then they say Ram Nam Satya hai. In the mouth. When someone dies, they smash his mouth with a blazing piece of wood. So when the Vaishnavas' bodies are burned, they aren't giving this Mukh-agni, but this Charan-agni. The demigods are also offering their respects to them. Agni Devata, he is also the deity of fire. He is also giving his respects to this person. Oh, this person has performed bhajan of Bhagavan. That person who does not perform bhajan, he's given fire in his mouth. But who has not performed bhajan, where is that Agni given? It's to his fire, to his feet. So in all the demigods, they respect him. They offer their respects. Okay, so here, take one more story. One guy, he did so much sin, he went to hell. When he went to hell, he was getting beaten, punished so much. There's so many different 6,400,000 types of hell. So when they started to punish this person in hell, and getting sunken in hell, so when they sunk him in like some type of punishment, like a pot of oil or something, then when they took him out, he would just laugh. Ha 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 ha. He said, we're punishing him, and he's just like laughing. So Yamadut said, Yamadut is saying, whoever we beat, they cry, and you're laughing. Why is that? And he said, whatever you have to beat me today, then you should do it because I did the sin. But tomorrow, You're all going to catch my feet, wash them, and drink that water, and you're going to offer your respects to me. And they said, why?
बड़ी मैं दिव्य दृष्टि से देख रहा हूँ, मेरे कुल में एक वैष्णव भक्त आ रहे
He said, I saw that in my in my dynasty, in my line, one Vaishnava is about to take birth. So careful. So there's evidence in the Shastra. In the Shastra it said, so if a Vaishnava comes in the dynasty, this Haripriya's daughter has taken the name Lalita. She's a Vaishnava daughter, Vaishnava child. So he took birth in the house of a Vaishnava, in whose dynasty one Vaishnava takes birth. The Shastras say, so in scriptures it's described. So in whose dynasty one Vaishnava may take birth, that dynasty becomes purified, both mother's dynasty and father's dynasty. So you understanding or not? So your father's dynasty will be liberated, and your mother's will also be liberated. So as soon as the Vaishnava takes birth, then they will all be liberated. So both will be liberated. Jai. So the scriptures are saying that mother who gives birth to a Vaishnava child, that mother's life is successful. Kunti gave birth to 5 sons. So 5 sons. So Pandu had 2 wives, Kunti and Madri, and he had 5 sons. And then Dhritarashtra had 100, and all 100 were useless. They were sinful. So these are the words of scriptures. If you haven't done bhajan, then you're useless. Janani Kritartha, the mother who gives birth to such a beautiful child, a Vaishnava, then her life also becomes successful, meaningful. So in Prithvi Devi, the earth, she becomes like blissful, like giddy, and she becomes liberated from the all of these sins. All of the demigods, they become pleased when a Vaishnava child comes in the dynasty. There's so many glories of Vaishnavas, and these are described in the scriptures. All of the great demigods, they become pleased. Therefore, everyone should accept the name of Bhagavan. They should become initiated in Vaishnava mantra. Krito Vishnu Diksha ko Vishnu Pujat Paro Naraha. So become initiated in this Vaishnava mantra. This is who is initiated in the Vaishnava mantra. He is called a Vaishnava. Who worships Vishnu, he is called a Vaishnava. He is called Vaishnava, not a Vaishnava. So therefore, all of y'all are greatly fortunate that you are performing bhajan of Sri Hari. You are taking his name. In Kali Yuga, Mahaprabhu has given such a simple solution, such a simple process. if you remain in the home or if you become a sannyasi, chant.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
आज इसलिए आप लोग सभी वास्तव में कोई माने अथवा नहीं माने सब वैष्णव हैं।
So whether you accept or not, all of you are Vaishnavas.
माने अथवा नहीं माने सब आपके भगवान
Whether you
हरि के दास हैं।
accept or not, all of you are the servants of Bhagavan. Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nityadas.
आप सब भगवान के दास हैं।
You are all servants of Bhagavan. Mame Vamsa Jiva Loki Jiva Bhuta Sanatana.
सब भगवान के दास हैं।
Whether you accept
जीवांश विनाश सजस सजस पराश ईश्वर अंश जीव
Ishwara Avinashi from Ramacandra Manas. What evidence do you need?
विश्वास जिसको है प्रमाण की जरूरत नहीं होता और जिसको विश्वास
One-
नहीं है, हजार प्रमाण तो उसे कुछ नहीं होता है।
One who has faith doesn't need any evidence, and one who has no faith, even you give him thousands of evidences, he doesn't accept.
इसलिए कहा जाता है तर्कात् अपतिष्ठना तर्क
Tarika Pratishthanat. Argument cannot establish anything in truth, only by faith.
अभी एक सत्यवाचन करा दे
नहीं वो आरती के बाद
आरती के बाद
So after Arti, they will do the Swasti Vachan.
घड़ी तो चलते रहते वो ठक 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 करके चलते रहते घंटी तो बजेगा किंतु जो घंटी बजे वो उस घंटी के तरफ आप लोगों ने ध्यान नहीं दिया बता दूं शास्त्र की वचन है मैं बैठा हूं ना वैसा सब शास्त्र की वचन बताया घंटियां में कहां बजता
So
है
I'm sitting here
ये पर बजता है
speaking
देखा ना
the words from Shastra.
पांच सुबह हो जाता है
So where does the bell ring? When two hairs move something like that in the air, then
पांच सुबह हो जाता है ना आंख से उखाड़ के फेंक देते हैं हम सब थोड़ी काट देना चाहते हैं घंटी बज गया पहली घंटी पहले ट्रेन स्टेशन पे ट्रेन आती है ना पहले आने के पहले घंटा मारते थे
so before the train comes, people ring the bell.
हम लोग देखा ब्रिटिश समय की उस समय जो ट्रेन आती थी ना ट्रेन आने के 10 मिनट पहले
At the British time, 10 minutes before the train came, the bell would be rung.
वो ये आज तक इसी प्रकार बड़े बुढ़ापा आने शुरू हो गया अरे नहीं मैं बुढ़ापा तो नहीं होता अब मैंने क्या किया एक बाल के यहाँ पर कर दी फिर देखते देखते भाई कुछ भी करो सफेद हो जाता है फिर जब पूरा होता थोड़ा हो जाता है आधा खिचड़ी हो जाता है तो मैं क्या करता हूँ क्या लगा देते हैं कलर लगा
Huh?
घंटी बजती
The time is not waiting for us. Like first comes get like the bell is ringing means like two white hairs coming here. And then what you do, you just remove them. And after sometimes like everything starts to become white. You cannot remove anything. Then you start to color your hair. This is what the
पहली घंटी का फेंक दिया उसमें फेंक दिया दूसरी घंटी का हो गया ज्यादा हो गया तो फिर कलर बना दिया और तीसरी घंटी बिल्कुल जब सफेद हो गया तब क्या करें हाँ बताओ वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय चौथी घंटी तो मिलने के पहले बोले श्याम राम ये घंटी तो आती ही रहेगा वो घंटी भगवान की जो
So
घंटी
before we get any white hairs, we should chant, perform bhajan. Therefore, do bhajan of Bhagavan.
भगवान के नाम ले लीजिए बस
Just take Bhagavan's name one time. Take the shelter of a bona fide guru. Take mantra from him. Perform bhajan. Bolo Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama.
राम राम हरे 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 सब एक साथ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे सब ताली तो मानिए कम से कम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 के जा रहे हैं, बोले कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
So, when you're chanting this Harinam, all the sins are leaving the body. And where does that sin go? It goes into the body of that person who's not chanting Harinam. So you should chant.
दूसरे के पाप क्यों लो भाई? इसे क्या बोलो?
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare.
मैं एक दिन ऐसे किया, एक व्यक्ति बोला हाँ ये महाराज ऐसे ही बोलता रहता है, वो महाराज ने ना ताली मारा ना नाम किया। दूसरे दिन घर में गए, इतने शरीर उनके सिर में इतने दर्द होने लगे, और जो फिर मुझे फोन किया, मैंने कहा भाई क्या हुआ? बोले महाराज मेरे शरीर में इतने दर्द है। मैंने कहा जो कथा में तो मैं रहता था तुम हरिनाम किया, ताली मारा, बजाया कि नहीं? बोले नहीं बजाया। बोले सारी बात तुम्हारे पास आ गई।
So he's saying a similar thing, like someone's he was saying an example, like someone in a kirtan, and they weren't chanting, and all the sin came into them. But I kind of spaced out there. So he's saying, just look, you should do Bhagavan's name. So if you're not chanting Bhagavan's name, so much weight and sin will come on your head that it'll explode. By chanting Bhagavan's name, all these sins will go away. They'll go over to somebody else.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
हरे। आप लोगों ने सभी लोगों ने स्नान संकीर्तन में शायद भगवान कहते हैं बड़े किसी भी पुण्य कार्य जो देना उसमें आपकी पुण्य ही मिल जाता है।
Bhagavan is saying whatever contribution you give in some cause, you get some punya, some credit. And then Ajamil, when he was taking the name of his son, Narayan, at the time of his death, just by taking Bhagavan's name, he went to Vaikuntha. Bhagavan's name has so many glories. Therefore, if you're residing at your home, then in the morning rise and chant some mala. Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
देखो हम इसलिए बार-बार कर रहे हैं हमारे सचिन जी और
So our Sachin ji and Haripriya Didi
और हमारे दीदी हैं क्या बोलते हैं बिमला दीदी
and our Bimala Didi and Sushil Prabhu.
इसके देखो परिवार कितना सुंदर कितना करता है।
See what a beautiful family.
ऐसे घर नहीं है जिसके घर पे नहीं था।
So there's not one family in Houston that I haven't been to their home.
मैं शुरू से कब से 2001 से
From 2001,
अमेरिका आया।
I came to America. I got stamped. My passport stamped in 2001.
मैं कितने साल 22 साल हो गए 20 साल
So 20 years have passed.
साल हो गया नहीं
Peace.
केवल 2 साल रह गए कोरोना के।
So there's only 2 years there in the middle when I didn't come due to COVID.
आप बताओ मैं इनके घर में सबके घर में
So I've been to all of these devotees' homes.
वो दीदी भी बैठे उनके घर में रुका भी नहीं रुका हैं।
This Mataji, I went to her house. So
आपके घर में रहा भी नहीं कर हरिकथा भी की जल्दो भी किया हवन भी किया
so we did Harikatha, fire sacrifice, all these things in her house.
एक एक भक्त के देख कर आओ
So I'm seeing just each devotee one after another. And at each of these devotees, I've been to their homes.
जिस घर में ऐसे गुरु की कृपा है और सब घर में गुरु
And in all of these homes, Gurudev's mercy is there.
साथ गुरु विराजमान
Gurudev's beautiful photo is there in all their homes. Gurudev himself is present there. So you are all recipients of Gurudev's mercy.
आप जोर से एक ताली तो दीजिए।
So give some clapping for Gurudev. So much respect and affection that they give, and they would feed me so nicely. So I saw in all of their homes. So these devotees, how much affection and respect they have for Srila Gurudev. I saw not only in America, also in different Western countries, more than 55 countries that I've been to now. I saw in all of their homes. I'm seeing what are the glories of all of these devotees. So much respect and affection for Srila Gurudev. This is the glories of Srila Gurudev. And this temple which is made here, this is the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudev. And by so much hard endeavor from all of the devotees. That's why we're not certain whether Bhagavan will be pleased or not, but we should look at how pleased will Gurudev be. Therefore, Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. Guru's mercy is everything. So, Guruji is the dear Saki of Radharani. So, by Gurudev's being pleased, Radharani will also be pleased. And by Radhaji being pleased, then Krishna, he will be pleased. But it's not necessary even for us to look whether Krishna is pleased or not. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, Krishna, whether you're pleased or not pleased, that's not a matter of my concern. It's just for me to see that my Guru Padma is concerned, that Radharani is concerned, Radharani is pleased. Sorry. So if Radhaji is pleased, then we don't have to worry about pleasing Krishna. In Vrindavan, what do they say? Do they say Krishna, Krishna? No, they say Radhe, Radhe. You've been to Vrindavan, no? Did you hear anybody, if you go and say Krishna, Krishna in Vrindavan, they'll say, where have you come from? Have you been here before? They'll say, why are you taking the name of this black person? In Vrindavan, they don't say Krishna, Krishna. And then, so they teach you.